Hi, I'm Naomi from the Sparkol marketing team, and you've joined us for another episode of Sparkol Stories. For today's episode, we're joined by Sparkol's own CEO, Zoe Taylor. Zoe will be sharing an inside look at how we adapted our business to the challenges of the COVID-19 crisis and what she learned in the process. So let's get into the interview. Hi Zoe, thanks so much for joining us on this episode of Sparkol Stories. To kick things off, could you give us a brief introduction to yourself and Sparkol for those who might not know?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Naomi. Thanks for including me. So I'm Zoe Taylor. I am CEO and owner of Sparkol, and we make software creation tools that allow anyone, anywhere to bring their stories to life in a magical and meaningful way. So we are UK based, but we sell our software across the globe.
Perfect. And could you give us a sort of brief idea of what the business looked like before the COVID-19 crisis hit?
We're a team of 35. That most of us are based in our Bristol office, which is our head office. We've got Jo based out in New York. She's a team of one in Brooklyn, and we've got a couple of people that work remotely. But for the most part, we are office based. We come to work 5 days a week, and we work closely and collaborate as a team.
And how did the lockdown kind of just change that completely? What was the impact on Sparkol?
We've been immensely lucky because what we have in the way of a product suite means that we can sell remotely. It means that actually from a day-to-day perspective, our sales weren't impacted. In fact, more people found that they had more time to try the software and make the most of the software, and so actually create their own videos. So from that side of things, we've been minimally impacted. And from a team perspective, we always had great flexibility, and people would manage their own time. And so actually it's been a shift for people to work remotely, and we decamped and started working from home a little bit earlier than the official lockdown. But I think we realised probably that we like each other and we miss each other's company. So that human interaction, that face-to-face interaction, I think is never quite the same over a conference call.
I definitely agree with that. I think we're all missing just that team time and chatting to each other over a coffee and things. So what changed in terms of the strategy? Were there any changes to how we were kind of promoting the different products that we have and services?
I think it focused the needs for our users. So actually users needed specific content very quickly, and they needed to be able to get that out. And so what the team have done is actually support that with getting templates out, getting additional images out, and actually giving users an idea of how they can use the software quickly and easily to generate the right content for them. So it's personalized for them, but actually it's relevant and pertinent to the situation here and now. So I would say that's been our biggest change, actually just supporting our users to get the best out of the systems.
Perfect. And so we're hopefully nearing the end of lockdown, we think, maybe start relaxing some of the restrictions in place. So what are you doing to kind of prepare the business for a potential return to work in the future?
I suspect we won't be the first back into offices. I don't think we need to be. I think we've all proven that we can work really well, really efficiently, remotely. And so I see this as very much there will be a phased transition back to probably some face-to-face meetings when we're allowed back into the office. But actually, I think it's for us very sensible for us to take a very slow approach to returning. And we are trying to make sure that we're covering off all the key requirements for the team. So we care massively about people's mental health and making sure that they're comfortable and that they are coping with the situation, and so ensuring that people have got the support that they need. There's no denying that actually it's going to be a very stressful time for a lot of people to return to work, to need to use public transport and to go back into an office environment. And so allowing people to do it when they're comfortable in a phased way and in a safe way is probably the most important thing.
Definitely, I think it's going to be quite an adjustment, isn't it? Going from maybe just your household back into a whole group of people again. So yeah, that mental health element is going to be so important in that, isn't it? So has this whole kind of pandemic and the whole lockdown situation taught you anything that you will implement into the business kind of permanently moving forward?
I think for me, it's been a real eye-opener about how adaptable the team can be, and in fact how adaptable we all are, and that it doesn't take much in order to be just as efficient and effective working in different surroundings and circumstances. And so from that side of things, I think allowing people the additional flexibility to manage their own time and workloads and the way they work is probably something that we'll take forward. The other thing that I've seen is that our users have really appreciated this additional support that we've given them with current affairs templates and images and ideas, and that's something that very much I think we should move forward with and ensure that we encompass in our future plans, so that actually we are constantly supporting our users with new content and relevant content pertinent to them.
Definitely. So kind of some lessons for us as a business in terms of day-to-day operations, but then in terms of how we're communicating with our customers and community. Definitely. Perfect. Well, thanks so much for joining me today and discussing your thoughts on this, Zoe. So yeah, thanks so much.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.